good afternoon from the blockchain island Malta, and we are here at the AIBC Summit, one of the largest European AI and blockchain events. Welcome. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
Is it your first time being here?
Nah, I think it's the fourth time that I'm here already.
Fourth time?
Yeah.
Well, considering that this is event number 4, so you basically have a 100% attendance rate.
Yeah, pretty much. Like ever since the
Very good.
Intercontinental.
You're like one of the best students here. Like, you know, a student with 100% attendance rate.
That's good.
So, tell me about ADAFi. In, you know, your 30-second elevator pitch. For those who don't know.
A 30-second elevator pitch would be ADAFi is a cross-dual blockchain development DeFi ecosystem where we're developing on both Cardano and Avalanche at the same time. So instead of doing 2 projects, we're doing 2 projects under the same rooftop to make it easy for people to convert the liquidity from one blockchain to another blockchain. People can choose on their own, on which blockchain they actually want to operate the DeFi ecosystem on. We provide the safety for the people. Where in the DeFi ecosystem, it's very important to attract liquidity, to attract user activity, also for the liquidity providers. So that's why we're the first ones that are actually introducing an affiliate and address milestones on top of the traditional DeFi passive earning opportunities. And we're bringing margin trading actually in a decentralized way, where in a centralized way there's so much risk of manipulation. So bringing it in a decentralized way, it provides a transparency with a decentralized price feed for the liquidations, where the margin requests actually get fed by peer-to-peer lending offers, coming from the people to the people.
And what are you planning to achieve here today? What is your plan here? Why are you here? What do you want people to know for them to come and discover you?
I think the most important thing why we're here is to actually bring ADA to the people. Everybody knows about ADA and Cardano, but everybody's making jokes out of it, like a little bit of fun out of it, because they've been promising releasing smart contract deployments already for 3 years. But the steps that the ecosystems are making is pretty good. It's very good. They're pretty close with the PAB release right now, very close for the smart contracts to be deployed on the mainnet. So I think it's time for Cardano projects to step out of the bushes and actually come and face the crowd, you know?
That's a very good one. I'm one of the early Cardano investors and I'm kind of sick and tired of waiting for the technology to come in.
Exactly.
Very happy about the price movement. But you know, we're in it for the technology, right? Price movement is always good,
yeah.
But we need to have the technology moving forward.
True.
What do you see? So you talked about the DeFi and how you're doing the cross-chain availability for your product. What do you see as the future of DeFi? Where do you see this whole thing moving?
I think the future for DeFi, it's a little bit tough to say. I think that compliance and regulations really need to step in a little bit because DeFi is like wallet to wallet, it's true peer-to-peer transactions. When we look at the compliance side, especially from AML side, I see a huge gray area for that, which is a little bit of scaring as well.
Why
a
DeFi project?
Because you don't know which person is, where's the money coming from.
And why do you need to know that?
Because still, when we talk about AML, in the world,
you know where the AML requirements came from, right?
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the 90s.
Exactly.
The banks of the US finally lost the court cases against the regulator, and the AML requirements started coming in. So the rest of the world have to basically bend over to the US regulator and follow the AML requirements. So is it a good thing?
I wouldn't call it bending over to the US regulator. I think just regulations in common in general for blockchain is really, really needed. Where it's up to governance actually.
I'm sorry, we're talking about DeFi, decentralized finance, and then you're talking about the regulation. How are you going to reconcile?
Regulations, things like the blockchain industry needs to be regulated a little bit more because when we talk about regulations, it's more the security and it's the governance that actually need to step up a little bit towards protecting the people because on DeFi, it's too easy on DeFi to get on launchpads these days where projects there's no checks on it, do you have a letter of legal opinion, is this really a utility token, are you actually developing and stuff like that. There needs to be some basic guidelines. Right now what we're doing with ADAFi and with the ADAFi launchpad is we do the compliance side on our own. We need to protect our community because our community, those are our investors, so we need to make sure that we protect them in any way possible. So there's the funds being raised through our launchpad, it's more the projects don't get that 100% release. Like we look at their roadmap, they need to show in the first place, they need to be compliant in the first place. And the second place is like we look at their roadmap and it's like, okay, your funds being raised is being released to you, reaching the milestones on your roadmap. So as long as you keep developing, you keep the fundraising being released to you, you stop developing, you rug pull, okay, this is like an insurance to our investors, they stop developing, they miss the milestones on their roadmap, we give it back.
I completely agree with you. The rug pulls, the frauds, the scams, we have to protect our communities, we have to protect the early people that are coming in. I mean, I'm sure you can see a rug pull coming a mile away, but you know, somebody who is early into the space, they need protection. And I do not think that this protection will come from the regulators. This protection will come from us.
Yeah, true.
Do you not think?
I think from the decentralized way, it needs to be to the project leaders, the project owners, the product owners.
I love that.
From the centralized way, I do think that compliance and regulations need to step up a little bit, like especially the centralized exchanges.
Okay, here we can disagree, which is okay.
It's like centralized exchanges for me, they are like very, very tough. Like I still wait for a regulator to just like pinpoint one centralized exchange and request a full audit, like what's in the order books, what's on the user accounts, and what's actually in the wallet of the exchange.
Should they do that before or after they audit the banks and they audit the banks' money laundering activities?
That's not going to happen probably with the regulator. They're just going to pinpoint on crypto first before they do the banks, because like in crypto there's the money being missing out for them right now. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, and we wish ADA Finance huge success at this event. The next event of the AIBC Summit will be in Dubai, and I hope I'm going to see you in Dubai, and I hope we're going to continue this conversation.